Just imagine if it wasn't what it was when it got complacent, we might be saying something different now.
And I'm just thinking, I'm trying to pick the minds of the Ubah fans who were watching that game and thinking, what is happening here? Because at this level, you cannot be complacent. At this level, you've got to ensure that nothing is won yet. You won in the first leg 2-0. You cannot come and say it's done and dusted, because the same way you went to their country and scored 2 goals, Aqua have shown this over time. A team came to you and beat Aqua 2-1. Aqua went there and won 2-0. It's a CAF Confederation Cup. It's a CAF assignment. Teams can strategize and come to your country and beat you if you're not careful. And Paul Agbogun, I'm sure he would have been absolutely livid with his players with that kind of show, because that was hypertensive. Believe me, it was quite dreadful watching that game, seeing that game. I mean, the goals, the Beninois side are not the bad side. They were hit by a tracer bullet in the first leg. They re-strategized for the second leg and came back and almost really caused a huge upset.
Energy Football Club of Benin Republic says, okay, we're wounded. They did what they could at home. Let's see what we can do to them. And then they came and they started fighting. But hey, I like the lessons from the first round. So everybody now has lessons. Plateau United lessons for them. MFM lessons. Aqua United also have lessons. And of course, Eimba. So when we get into the competition proper in the CAF CAF Confederations Cup, everybody's going to do what they need to do. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Yes, while we were monitoring what was going on in the continent, there was still action going on in the Nigeria Professional Football League Matchday 13. We also don't get to see away victories, but we saw some classic football, and that's what the NPFL does to us. Let's quickly run through Matchday 13 of the Nigeria Professional Football League, and there was a game that went down tonight also between Kano Pillars and Niger Tornadoes. But yes, let's just run through this one. The result for today, 1-1. Kano Pillars, we will not like this result.
Yeah, definitely. They trailed for large spells of the game. The away side, the Niger Tornadoes got the first goal on the 14th minute, and they had to equalize via the spot. Junior Lokosa getting his 11th goal of the season. Now, Saimi Sugida, as Kano Pillars are called, are second on the log with 21 points. And Lobby Stars, despite losing yesterday at the middle belt derby, so to say, like I christened it, because they played against Nasarawa United, they are still on top with 23 points. The game between Kano Pillars and Niger Tornadoes was postponed because of the continental commitment of Plateau United, who used the stadium for their game yesterday. And we have the scoreline on the screen. For me, Katsina United did quite well against Atland, who have been misfiring. Like I did say, Nasarawa United defeated Lobby Stars. Abia Warriors away from home got a better of Wiki Tourist, and Elkanemi Warriors doing quite well since Imama returned. Now they won, defeating FC Infeanyi Ubah. And for FC Infeanyi Ubah, you should be concerned that lately they seem to be timid. They've not been that all guns blazing like we did witness of them 2 seasons and last season.
Questions for Coach Lada.
And Sunshine Stars, despite being deducted 3 points due to the NPFL rule that they flouted, they are still doing well under new coach Henry Abiodun, who seems to be the go-to man every now and then whenever they fire any of their coaches. But it's still pretty much okay in the NPFL. Lobby Stars still leading.
It was a good one for Sunshine Stars. They needed to keep their focus. They've been in the news recently. That would have been some distraction, but they needed to do that and they got it done.
And then Ubah Stars did not read the script, because they came to Korea and scored first, and all of a sudden the players needed to react. And credit to them for reacting and coming back from a goal deficit and turning into a 2-1 win. And we just hope that the dust will settle down at that football club, because it's been in the news for all the wrong reasons, you know, honestly, because the players, the manager, Dukudi, got fired. And we hope that they can settle all the infightings, if you like, and move the club forward. But for me, Niger Tornadoes are really, really unsettled Kano Pillars, and Ibrahim Musa will not like this result by any stretch of the imagination, because 3 points in this game and they would have been top of the league with a superior goal advantage over Lobby Stars, who lost yesterday, and it would not do them the world of good. And when you consider the fact that teams like Plateau United, Aqua United, and even Eimba have got games on hand on them, it would be very, very disheartening to them.
Very, very so. That's what it is. Matchday 13 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. Some questions for FC Infeanyi Ubah. Coach Ladan Bosto needs to really get back, find their reading. They need to start winning questions also for Ubah. Desert Stars are going to Akure scoring phase and unable to keep the lead. But yeah, it's football. Anything can happen. And shout out to Katsina United for that 1-0 victory over Heartland. Let's get on with the show now. Let me just read some messages that we're getting. Thank you guys for talking to us. We love it. Keep it coming on Twitter channels _sports, Facebook channels, iFins. But Chinedu Echiano says the atmosphere in Algeria was too much for the inexperienced MFM of Lagos players. North Africans don't joke with their football. They don't joke with their football. It goes beyond the pitch. Administration, infrastructure, players' welfare, but the conduct we saw now from those players, not good. But you see, it's a total package. It's trying to tell us that it goes beyond what you can do on the field of play. You know, how much of a professional club is your team?
Most of the most of the North African club sides, they are sports club. They have football sides, basketball, volleyball, handball, hockey, and what have you. So it is a professional club side. Yes. Talking about Semoja, it was founded in 1921. Okay. So it's been there for so long. Like I did say earlier, the shenanigans as well, they understand how to play it. See what Leto Israel did to Plateau United. In the preliminary round, Plateau United played against Eden Sport of Cameroon at the Just Stadium. They looked at the loopholes and said, no, we can't play at the Just Stadium, knowing Just is the fortress of Plateau United. They took them away from Just, brought them to Kano. Yes, they did get an early goal. Yeah. But who knows if it was a Just?
And all they said was, take care of the perimeter fencing.
Only because
they played the politics.
What the fans do at the stadium is quite instrumental. MFM play at the Gege Stadium, and with due respect to them, it's not the biggest of stadiums around the world. Yeah. When you go to the Oja Stadium, I saw pictures, I think it's Stade de Juillet. When you see that magnificent building, I saw pictures, and fans thronging that stadium. And these are players who haven't played in front of that kind of fans. It's quite unnerving. Yeah. It's the players who go into that kind of stadium, and like you said, the politics in the boardroom. Plateau United when I saw the scoreline in the first leg, I saw 4-2 and I said, I was the first to say Plateau United have got a chance to qualify. Because in Jos, they've got the fans behind them. They can go out early and the fans will support them. But when you play in Kano, it's not the same thing.
Thank you so much, Kayode, for stopping by. Thank you so much, Inyobong, for your time. And of course, to you, wherever you are in the world watching Sports Tonight on Channels TV, remember, when we leave the studio, the conversation doesn't end. Keep talking to us on Twitter, Channels _sports, Facebook, Channels Sports. That's the show for the team, the ever-winning sports team at Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Austin Okonapa. I'll be back again tomorrow. But until then, in everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.